This is CBS.
Welcome back to CBS News Election Night headquarters in New York. Control of the White House, Senate, and House is up for grabs. You're looking live at vote counting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's 9 p.m. in the east, 6 p.m. in the west. And polls just closed in 15 states with 163 electoral votes, including 6 key battlegrounds where the race for the White House will likely be decided. All eyes are on the 7 battleground states. You can see them here in purple. In Michigan, CBS News rates this as a toss-up. In Wisconsin, CBS News rates the presidential race there as a toss-up. And the same can be said in Arizona. CBS News rates this as a toss-up as well. In Pennsylvania, polls have been closed for an hour in the Keystone State. And you guessed it, CBS News rates this as a, everyone say it, toss-up. And in Georgia, the Peach State, CBS News rates the presidential race as, say it together, toss-up. Yes. And in North Carolina, CBS News rates this as a toss-up as well. So at this hour, the battleground states are all toss-ups. That means the vote is still coming in. It's just too close for us to be able to say what's happening in those states. But we've got lots of data to share with you from the exit polls. First, though, let's take a look at some of the other states that have just closed. CBS News projects Donald Trump will pick up North Dakota. The former president also projected to win in South Dakota. The Mount Rushmore state is reliably Republican in presidential elections. And in Wyoming, CBS News projects Donald Trump will win there as well. Let's take a look at the great state of Texas. CBS News projects Donald Trump will win in Texas. We'll have an update on this big Senate race there in just a minute, where Ted Cruz is facing a tough race there. And then Iowa is characterized at this hour as lean Trump. Remember, there had been that stunning poll out of Iowa recently that suggested Kamala Harris gaining ground among older women. And the big number to remember tonight is 270. That's the number of electoral votes someone needs to win. So far, the race to 270 shows Donald Trump with 154 electoral votes and Kamala Harris with 27. Those big numbers from Donald Trump, in part because of the calling of Florida and Texas. Of course, when states like New York or California or other big electoral prizes come through, if they go for Kamala Harris, that will add to her vote tally as well. Let's check in now with Major Garrett and Anthony Salvanto at the data desk. Gentlemen, we are dying to know what's happening in these states.
Nora, Anthony is still working at the data desk making calls. I'm going to take this one by myself. Let's talk about Georgia. Lots of vote in, 66% in. Now, the question everyone has at home, well, where is the outstanding vote still to come in? Geographically, I'm going to show it to you right here. Highly concentrated around urban Atlanta. That's I don't need to say urban in Atlanta. Obviously, it's a big city, and the suburbs around there. So let's go to what Kamala Harris needs, according to our understanding of the outstanding vote, and what is our CBS News estimate. So you can see very, very close. That means of that outstanding vote, this is how much Vice President Harris would need to make Georgia super competitive, and we are estimating she's going to hit that mark. So what I'm telling you is, based on our data, based on our estimates of that data, matching over with the exit polls, very long night in Georgia, could go down to the wire.
And let's take a look, too, at North Carolina,
Sure.
because that's that other battleground that's been closed for a while.
Yes, we've got 39% in. Where's the outstanding vote? Raleigh, Asheville, there's probably a good deal still coming in from Charlotte, because we don't have a lot of data yet from Mecklenburg County. We have a needs estimate for Kamala Harris and a CBS News estimate right at that margin of 53 to 52. So, again, that's what's outstanding votes she would need. That's our estimate of what she's able to get based on what is out there and our estimates of the vote and the exit polls. So, again, very close. That's why both North Carolina and Georgia moving toward photo finish for both.
What about Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania's a little bit farther behind, Nora. We have 16% of the vote in. We don't have a lot of the map colored yet because of that 16%. So we're still waiting for more data from the various counties to have a stronger coloration and presentation for you. And we can't, because of that, we can't give you an outstanding vote or a needs analysis quite yet with only 16% in.
And that's why we see people saying as some of the polling places in Pennsylvania have remained open, you see supporters saying stay in line, carry out that vote. Thank you.
And the estimates and the way we put this together are really data dependent. So we need a substantial amount of numbers coming in to match with the exit poll data before we can even begin to do the estimates that I just showed you for North Carolina and Georgia. That's why we're not able to do that in Pennsylvania yet.